300K my mom's house, my car, Leona car, my car, 2 boats. That's just 2 boats. That is 635K, yeah.
The issue I have is with Travis Hunter. What in God's name would make you think that that's a good thing to tell the world?
Travis Hunter's name is lighting up headlines, and not just for his game. Stephen Smith is pointing the finger squarely at Travis, saying he's to blame for his own downfall, even though his wife's scandal is the spark that set the fire. So what went down? Let's break it. Travis Hunter, just
A young lady. Mistakes happen.
22, was supposed to be the future of the league, a two-way beast who got drafted 2nd overall in 2025 by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Fresh off a Heisman Trophy win in December 2024, he inked a rookie deal worth a jaw-dropping $46.65 million with a $30,600,000 signing bonus in his pocket. That's generational money for a generational talent. But while Travis was climbing to the top, something ugly was bubbling underneath. His wife, Leanna Line, is now smack in the middle of whispers that her own scandal and the heavy financial demands tied to it have drained Travis's fortune like water in the desert. And when Stephen A. Smith starts speaking on your personal life, you know the storm is real. He's been blasting Travis not just for his choices on the field, but for his marriage moves off it, especially pointing out that Travis tied the knot without a prenup, no safety net, no backup plan. And now, all that money he fought for is dangling on the line. From day one, the warning signs were flashing like neon lights, but Travis Hunter brushed them off. Just like countless young athletes who go from broke in college to swimming in millions overnight, he ignored the biggest red flag of them all. Reports say Travis and Leanna tied the knot in May 2025 without a prenup.
I don't believe that about Leanna 1 second. And I don't want to hear anything about anything that she may have done years ago. She's a young lady. Come on, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? She ain't some seasoned grown woman who's experienced and living her life and, you know, manipulating things. And she's a young lady. Mistakes happen.
And that single move left analysts speechless. Imagine stepping into tens of millions of dollars, only to sign it all away with one wedding vow. And that was just the start. Hunter's money moves after the wedding were wild, reckless, and dripping in luxury. At the ceremony, he shocked Leanna with a jet-black Mercedes-Benz AMG G63 Brabus 800 worth over $200,000, just one piece of the nearly $600,000 he allegedly dropped on cars for her. But the spending spree didn't stop there. Weeks later, the couple dropped $3.275 million on a Jacksonville mansion sitting on 7.5 acres. 13 rooms, 7 bedrooms, tennis court, pool, 4-car garage, straight-up movie star living. Add in a $100,000 engagement ring, a $20,000 honeymoon in Turks and Caicos, and an endless carousel of pricey gifts, and financial experts were left fuming. And of course, Stephen A. Smith was locked in, hammering Travis on his show with the same warning he's given for years. Sudden wealth is dangerous when you don't know how to handle it. Stephen A. Smith hasn't held back when it comes to Travis Hunter's
Going to the National Football League. That's what you're about to do. You're about to get paid. In my eyes, this should be your most selfish time. You need to think about the people that you're involving in your life.
spending habits. He's been sounding the alarm loud and clear. Since the ink dried on that rookie contract, experts have been warning that Travis's money game was shaky and the signs were flashing everywhere. The situation got so real that celebrity divorce lawyer James Sexton publicly offered free prenups to the entire 2025 NFL draft class, using Travis as the cautionary tale. And then came the online chatter about Leanna, with people calling her a gold digger. Fans pointed to her flashy dollar sign tattoo on her ring finger, how she barely paid Travis attention until his football career exploded, and how easily she seemed to soak up those expensive gifts. Breaking down the numbers makes it even messier. Travis admitted he burned through over $635,000 in no time, $300,000 on a house for his mom, $250,000 on cars for himself and Leanna, and nearly $80,000 on boats, plus countless extras stacking up faster than he could count. And here's the wildest part. He was doing all this before he even played a single NFL game. No proven career yet, no guarantees, just spending like his future earnings were locked in forever. One injury, one bad twist, and that entire fortune could vanish overnight. Stephen A. Smith knew the playbook better than anyone. He's seen countless young stars burn out fast. His warnings to Travis weren't just about blowing.
His name was called. I instantly was gonna, if you watch the video, you can see me but his mom didn't get up. So I was like, oh, maybe I don't get up, maybe I just sit here with her. So I sat there, and then And then y'all said Coach Prime had to tell me to get him. No, he didn't. He said, go get him. Go get your man. Like, and once Travis stood up, but he didn't have to do that because I was going to do that anyways. As soon as I seen Travis get up, then I thought it was appropriate to stand up, greet him, congratulate him.
Cash in the moment. They were about the trap of building a lifestyle you can't keep up with, and that's exactly what Travis was walking into fast. Leanna's expensive tastes weren't just draining his bank account, they were putting pressure on every move he made. Imagine trying to focus on football while also being chained to luxury car payments, mansion upkeep, and gift after gift. It was a disaster waiting to happen. Smith kept hammering the same advice. Protect your money, watch your circle, and don't let instant gratification wreck your future. But Travis didn't listen. Every flashy purchase and ignored warning was another nail in the coffin of his financial security. And as the spending spiraled, Smith sharpened his words, preparing to deliver some of his harshest criticism yet. Then came December 2024, a month that should have been Travis's crowning moment as the first true two-way star since Charles Woodson in '97. Instead of celebrating, he was about to be hit with a wave of scandal so loud it shook every corner of social media. December 14th, 2024 should have been Travis Hunter's shining moment, winning the Heisman as the first
YouTuber here exposed the fact that Travis Hunter's girlfriend worked at a strip club. But in what capacity? Was she a stripper? Or did she have other roles?
primarily wide receiver to do it. Years of sweat, grind, and sacrifice finally paid off. But instead of being remembered as his crowning glory, that night lit the fuse on a scandal that could tear down his entire future. The red flag showed up right on camera. When Travis's name was called, all eyes went to his fiancée, Leanna. Instead of exploding with joy, she sat stone-faced, barely clapping until Coach Deion Sanders leaned in and nudged her to celebrate. That cold reaction went viral in seconds, and fans started whispering that maybe something wasn't right behind the scenes. And then the floodgates opened. Days after the ceremony, old videos and photos of Leanna surfaced online, painting a way different picture than the supportive girlfriend image she'd been selling. Things got even crazier when a YouTuber claimed she hadn't just been a bartender, but had allegedly worked in strip clubs in Atlanta, despite the fact that bartending in those venues legally required being 21. And she wasn't there yet at the time. Suddenly, the fairy tale couple was being dragged through the mud, and what should have been Travis's celebration turned into the opening act of a full-blown storm. In today's NFL, your image is your money. One slip, especially involving a player's partner, can cost millions in sponsorships. And Travis Hunter learned that the hard way. The stripper rumors were just the opening act. What came next was an avalanche of receipts that sent his brand value crashing. Footage from 2020 and 2021 started surfacing, allegedly showing Leanna in messy situations with other men, dancing on them at parties, responding to shady late-night DMs, and even one clip
they expected her to do.
I don't have to defend I know I don't have to defend myself in no clowns. I'm not defending myself. I'm defending my girl. Cause she's not gonna get on here and talk. She just hurt. You know, she upstairs. She been crying all day. You know, cause people trying to attack her character. Like, they don't know her. They ain't never talked to her before. So I'm gonna protect my girl.
That supposedly showed her in bed with someone else. The most explosive leak was a Snapchat video, dated around 2021, that seemed to show her with another man. Some fans defended her, saying it was before she and Travis were official, but the blurred timelines only fueled more suspicion. The damage was instant. Endorsement deals that had been circling Travis evaporated overnight. Brands didn't want their logos tied to that storm. Then, in a shocking move, Travis deleted his Instagram, cutting himself off from a pipeline of easy money. NFL stars can pull in millions from sponsored posts, and just like that, he shut the door on it. But instead of distancing himself, Travis doubled down. He defended Leanna, asking critics, what were they expecting her to do? He admitted he'd spent hundreds of thousands just to keep her happy, even as her past scandals poured out online. But while he was standing by her, his bank account was bleeding.
Anyway, pray for my man Travis Hunter. There's rumors that his current girl is pregnant, but you know that's only rumors. It came out basically came out a month ago. People saying that their wedding, she seemed like she had a baby bump.
And the businessman side of him was nowhere to be found. Travis Hunter's emotional defense of Leanna didn't just show love. It showed a man making money moves with his heart, not his head. Every decision looked like it came from fear of losing her, not from logic. And just when the chaos couldn't get any messier, rumors broke that Leanna might be pregnant, piling on even more financial weight to a situation already on the edge of collapse. With no prenup in place, the scandals, the whispers of a baby on the way, and the non-stop social media firestorm had Travis standing on quicksand. And it wasn't just Stephen A. Smith calling him out anymore. Former NFL stars like Des Bryant and Brandon Marshall jumped in, urging Travis to walk away before he blew his entire future. They flat out warned him he was risking his career, his money, and his name for someone who might not truly have his back. But even with millions already vanishing, the worst was still ahead. The spending, the scandals, the emotional decisions, all of it was snowballing toward a financial disaster so massive that even Stephen A.
The reason Travis sat in my DM for 2 months is because he DM'd me when he had a girlfriend and her name was in his bio, so I instantly knew he had a partner. So I exited the message and he sat there until he was single. I don't do home wrecking. I'm not a side piece. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women, so I would never do that to another woman.
With all his years of experience, admitted he hadn't seen a young star fall apart this fast. Industry insiders started raising red flags left and right, calling Travis's trajectory unsustainable. And when analysts dug into the timeline of his relationship with Leanna, the story only got darker. The blurred details of when it really began and what her intentions were left fans and financial experts convinced that the collapse wasn't an accident. It was written from the very start. The timeline of Travis and Leanna's love story only added more fuel to the fire. Back in 2020, Travis slid into her DMs, but Leanna left him on red for 2 months. Later, when pressed about it, she gave what critics called a
I said he wasn't my type. I did not mean attractiveness. I don't have a physical type, period. No two men that I previously dated looked the same. My first one was a white cowboy. Second one was a Mexican soccer player. Then I dated a black man who's a SoundCloud rapper. And then Travis. So I have never dated the same type physically.
Convenient excuse. And that's when the contradictions started piling up. If she wasn't interested in him at first, why was she keeping such close tabs on his relationship status? Fans pointed out how she admitted in old clips that Travis wasn't her type. Yet the second his career began skyrocketing, suddenly she was all in. That timing made people question if she'd been waiting for the perfect moment to swoop in on a rising star. By early 2022, they finally connected, went Instagram official in March, and within weeks, Travis was showering her with expensive gifts. At the same time, his profile was exploding. He was transferring to Colorado, becoming one of the most marketable players in college football, and financial experts were quick to connect the dots. Was her sudden interest tied to his skyrocketing value? When details of their early relationship leaked, suspicions only grew louder. Even Travis's own fans were stunned at how fast he was blowing through money.
300K my mom's house, my car, Leona car, my car, 2 boats. That's just 2 boats. That is $635K, yeah.
Casually admitted he'd spent around $635,000 in just a short span, dropping cash on luxury cars, flashy trips, and a lifestyle centered almost entirely around Leanna. Advisors were horrified, pointing out his reckless attitude toward money and lack of financial planning. By early 2025, the picture was crystal clear. Travis wasn't just in love, he was trapped in a pattern of spending where every major purchase circled back to Leanna, and she was living like a queen off his rookie fortune. By mid-2025, the rumors got ugly. Reports claimed Travis Hunter was flat out strapped for cash. Despite locking down one of the richest rookie contracts in NFL history, insiders said his spending had outpaced his income so badly that he was basically living paycheck to paycheck. That's a nightmare scenario for a 22-year-old supposed to be the face of the Jaguars. The money drama hit peak levels when Travis defended Leanna against the non-stop gold digger talk. But instead of clearing things up, his words made financial experts even more worried. He admitted that Leanna gives him money, which painted their entire relationship as transactional, like love was being measured in deposits and withdrawals. And here's the kicker. Without a prenup, Travis was staring down the barrel of losing half of everything he'd earned during their marriage, including his massive rookie deal. By August 2025, whispers of divorce were swirling, with insiders claiming Leanna was already preparing to go after a settlement so big it could wipe out his fortune before his career even peaked. The timeline made it all look worse. Her sudden interest right when his stock soared, the engagement happening just before his NFL breakthrough, and the flood of luxury gifts that kicked off the second his money started flowing. To veterans and financial experts, the pattern was glaring. Leanna knew the financial stakes from the jump, and she played her hand perfectly to lock herself into the bag. Travis, meanwhile, looked like a...
It ain't about the money, chat. It's about the girl you have with you. She brings value to me. She makes me money, and she makes her own money. So if we gonna say she a gold digger, make sure you say I'm a gold digger too. Make sure you say I'm using her too, cause she got money. She been had money.
Star blinded by love, walking straight into the kind of financial trap that could cost him not just his contract, but every dime of his NFL future. When a relationship starts with pricey gifts and a luxury lifestyle just to keep the spark alive, those demands don't fade, they grow. And by 2025, the Jacksonville Jaguars were quietly worried. Publicly, they stood by their golden rookie, but behind closed doors, insiders say coaches were frustrated. Travis looked distracted, making mental mistakes he never showed in college, and his practices were inconsistent. The drama off the field was bleeding into his game. The money stress was showing online too. At first, Travis's socials were polished, full of highlight reels and couple goals with Leanna. But then came the erratic behavior. One week, he flaunted mansions and sports cars. The next, he deleted everything and went ghost. To fans, it looked like mood swings, but to those close to him, it screamed a young star cracking under pressure, trying to fake financial stability while drowning in problems. And it wasn't just about overspending anymore. Legal experts watching the situation warned that the scandals had spun into potential lawsuits. Rumors spread that multiple people were preparing to take action against Leanna, adding another layer of chaos that could drag Travis deeper into a legal and financial nightmare. By the end, things got so bad that insiders claimed Travis was even being advised to consider bankruptcy, just to restructure his debts and shield himself from the avalanche of divorce fallout and legal claims. Imagine that. A generational athlete, drafted second overall, handed tens of millions before age 23, and already staring down the possibility of financial ruin. The irony cut deep. Travis had the talent, the spotlight, and the money, yet he was drowning because of personal choices that could have been avoided with the right planning and protection. Every red flag had been waved, every warning given, and still ignored. From Leanna's early, "You're not my type" comments, to her delayed response to his DMs, to the whirlwind of luxury gifts once his star rose, every piece of the puzzle painted the same story. Now the sports world is left watching in shock, wondering if one of the brightest young stars in the game will become another cautionary tale of how love, scandal, and money can collide into complete collapse. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.